Alright, so right now I'm gonna hop in a little Gundam versus. I didn't really think that I wanted to make a video like this, but you know what? It's been a while and it's kind of a serious topic. Basically, there's no easy way to explain it. And I've gotten a few questions here and there as to why it happened, and some people still don't really know. And some people might still not know if they haven't found my YouTube yet. But anyway, I figured I'd talk about a little bit of a serious subject. Let me just quickly find, let's just do Ultimate Battle, sure. I haven't beaten this one yet, okay. Select mobile suits for anything, gonna have to be Burning Gundam. And let's go in with, let's take Wing Zero. Okay. So, why I left the music scene. Why I left the band that I was in. I'm not trying to stir the pot, really, so I'm not gonna say what band it was. People know, whatever. The reason I left, my personal reason, was that I felt that there were a lot of things that I should focus on, health-wise. I had a lot of things that I felt that were just not gonna get the proper attention if I continued playing music. Because with music, it consumes your life, right? In a good way. If it's not consuming your life, you're wasting your time. And I felt that I wasn't in a position where I can give music 100% of my attention while I was, tackling what I was tackling. And what made me kind of pull the trigger on it and say, hey guys, I can't do it, literally a day before we were supposed to go on tour, was because, I kind of did give kind of a heads up, like, hey, there's all this stuff going on, and I'm not sure where I see myself in the near future. With school, with health, my parents and everything, and, I'm sure they get tired of me not buckling down with certain things, and I get tired of not buckling down because I did not know what I wanted to do. So I kind of figured, okay, I need balance. I need to, a few years prior to that, I was in a really terrible, crappy, shitty relationship that ended the worst possible way, and I never really recovered from that, to be honest. Still haven't really, but I'm doing what I can. Anyway, when all these things are eating you at once, there's no way to put your thoughts into words without feeling like you're gonna be attacked. And maybe I wasn't attacked when I decided to leave the band, but I could feel that I let a lot of people down. And it really did eat me up inside, in a really, really, really bad way. And I knew that there were better ways to go about it. I knew that. I'm not stupid. But it was either do it or don't. It was either keep lying to myself and continue, or just end it then and there and just get it done. So sometimes I feel like I still owe certain people apologies, and sometimes I feel like I don't owe anyone an apology. So, that's just life. You never know what the right answer is. Oh man. But yeah, so I always felt like nobody was really going to understand what was going through my head. Let's increase. Sure. Alright. So that's kind of why I never really made a public status on Facebook or anything really saying, hey, it's going through my head, whatever. But, I also had another opportunity that did involve me having to leave the band. So basically, it was either do it then and there, or miss out on what could have possibly been a fresh start for a lot of different aspects of my life. You know, it could have been my way out of misery. It could have been my way out of this hole that I was in. And for a time, yeah, it was. You know, I got to really feel like I was doing something for myself and the people around me. At the end of the day, you know, it didn't last super long, maybe about a year and a half, but I learned so much during that time of being away from the band. But I felt like I had nobody to share that information with because everyone prior to that saw me as, you know, the crazy guitar player with, you know, a crazy band, or that was in a part of a crazy band. You know, I don't take any credit in anything that Contra did because I was just playing my part. And I always did wish that I could have played a larger role, but maybe that's just me. I don't know. Maybe I beat myself a little too much for it. You know, sometimes I wonder to myself, one day if I ever had the real, I don't know, if I ever had my life 100% figured out, would I return to music? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. I still don't know. Which is, you know, it can be a really crappy trait to have, you know, indecisiveness. But I feel like sometimes it's okay not to know. And maybe that's a strange concept to convey, really. But that's the way I see it, and that's the way, you know, life isn't all about shooting straight and always having the answers right in front of you. You know, I still have a lot of things that I still have questions about and that I know I will never get answers to, which is fine. Kind of what being an adult is, kind of still moving forward. And I'm making excuses, you know. Sure, I left the band. Sure, I might have been, you know, very not happy for a while. But I'm not going to let that be the reason why I let myself get stuck somewhere and, you know, continue blaming people when I know damn well it was a decision that I made. So, you know, I kind of do feel bad because I guess, you know, I am a little selfish in that sense where if I feel it's the right answer, I'm gonna stick to it. And I do feel like sometimes I do make very impulsive decisions. But that's because sometimes I feel like it's either do it then and there, or don't waste anyone's time. You know what I mean? So, you know, I did also not leave without trying, at least to a degree, to have a good relationship with the guys. You know what I mean? For that tour that I couldn't be a part of, I did end up leaving them you know, I think it was all of my rack gear, or I offered all of my rack gear so they could finish that tour. But it was a very cold day. You know, no one. I could tell nobody wanted. Everyone wanted nothing to do with me, which is fine. I get it. But it's like, this is kind of why I felt that I couldn't talk to anyone about it, because no one was gonna get it. And no matter how many hints I dropped that, you know, I don't know how I'm gonna continue or whatever. I mean, it's just the way it was. You know, I had to figure it out myself. Let's see, let's do that. Okay. But yeah, it's tough trying to figure out life on your own, you know. playable boss challenges. Oh man, what is this? So, you know, do I feel good about, you know, now a year or something, maybe a year and a half, 2 years of not being in the band? Do I feel good about my decision? Not really. I don't really feel good about anything these days. I know I'm striving towards my own personal goals, but I don't feel that. I don't know. I really don't know what to. You know, looking back, I don't know how to address certain things. And this is kind of a spontaneous video. I didn't know what to do today, so I figured I'd make this. It's not like I'm actively hiding from anyone, you know. It's not like I haven't gone to local shows trying to avoid certain people. I've been as busy as I can possibly be. You know, YouTube has my attention. I do photography on the side. That has my attention. It does help a lot financially. I have a current full-time job that, you know, there's no way I want to make that my life. But I do see it as a stepping stone to where I want to be. You know, I'm buying the Corvette soon, and I want to make all kinds of videos with that and use that to, you know, enjoy life a little bit. And I am curious about starting to play the stock market a little bit. I have friends that do it, and we have a few plans where we can kind of work together to make it so that everybody wins within our circle of friends. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and I don't really post about music too much. If I do start a band, I don't think I'll ever be joining one. I'm gonna answer that question right now. I don't think I'll ever join another band. I don't think I will ever, in some weird alternate universe, if I ever had a chance to rejoin Contra, they're on their own level, doing their own things, which is good. You know, I wish everybody the best, and that's like honesty. You know, I don't have time to hate on anything. It's like, you know, everybody has their own reasons for doing what they're doing, and who am I to disrespect that? Period. You know, there's no animosity there, not for me. I also don't like to flaunt the things that I'm doing or whatever. I don't like to overshare, which is kind of a weird thing, you know, trying to do YouTube and be like an online personality in a way. Yeah, I don't like to overshare. Maybe that'll change. Somebody convince me. Sometimes I feel like I'm a total real life shit poster, which is just the way shit is. I can't believe there are 50 rounds to this. I'm only on round 13. So this might seem like it's turning into a little bit of a ramble, but you know, it is what it is. It helps me get my thoughts out there. What else? Yeah, so, you know, when I was in Contra, we did a few tours down to the east side of the eastern coast of the U.S. a few times. And, you know, with those hurricanes and, you know, everything going on, it's just like, wow, it really does make me think that there are people out there facing all those things right now. And it's like, wow, it kind of kills me a little. You know, I was out there for the fun of it, and now people are, like, really trying to survive. I don't know. Life's just wild, you know? So, before I left music, you know, I don't want to say I was a metal guitar player or whatever. I liked playing music, just whatever style. But if I did go back, what would I want to play? What would I really want to play? Oh wow, I'm gonna threatening finger this guy. With the right people, metal. But then with the right people, maybe some kind of hybrid. I don't know. Something. I love melody. I love harmony. I love composition. So maybe something with a little more. Technicality. I don't even know, to be honest. I'm like overplaying. I don't like a lot of the bands out now anyway. All the bands that my friends are in, love those guys. But when it comes to me playing music, I don't even know. You know, and I'm not gonna do it just for the sake of doing it. I want to do it because it's something that I want to do. Because yeah, he's gonna kill me. Okay, I'm gonna Sekihai this guy. Let's get him real good. Yeah. Okay, I think I should refill that. And let's do... So now when I use that fireball, that Sekiha, it'll really hurt. Yeah, music. You know, I was doing that for about 10 years, ever since I was 14. I'm 24 now, turning 25 in December. And I may have talked about it in a previous video, but I honestly do feel like I was raised by the music scene. And, you know, I have friends that might disagree with that. Like, how can you say that? How can you say that? Yeah, I believe that. Because without that, I wouldn't have gotten to see half the country. I wouldn't have gotten to meet a quarter, an eighth of the people that I got to meet. You know, everybody from a different background, everybody with a different pursuit, everybody with different skill levels. And, you know, the only time I would ever mock somebody or talk shit about somebody and their instrument would be when they think they're super hot, whatever, they play over somebody else, they, you know, try to show off during the sound check. Yeah, then I'll talk the worst shit. I'll get in people's faces. I don't even care. Maybe it's because I like to stay humble. And, you know, I remember getting all kinds of compliments, you know? I mean, I was playing guitar for 10 years. Like, you know, and also I might do something that people aren't, something that people don't see all the time from their friends, whatever. But it's not something that, oh, you know, that I wore on my sleeve, like, oh, I don't have a sweep pick, oh, you can't do that, then you're not anything. Like, no, not at all. Like, I don't even like sweep picking. I can do it, but that's because when I was 15 years old, that's all I wanted to do. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where this whole thing comes from. Like, when I would play music, I always had this thing where I wanted to drop the lowest, you know, like performance-wise. I wanted to really get involved with the music, you know, pound a few beers and just let it rip, let it go. Really just, it was a huge emotional release. So being able to play some of the most popular venues in Chicago, in my opinion, House of Blues, Bottom Lounge, Beat Kitchen, and stuff like that. The people that I really got along with, that's something that a lot of people can't say. Something that a lot of people will never say. And then it's funny now when there's people that I meet that have never been a part of any of that and talk to me like I'm some sort of child. Like, oh, you know, you don't go out like partying hard anymore. You don't go out drinking like crazy. So, yeah, I know I don't. Because I used to do that all the fucking time and I had fun doing it. Around with people that always had a cool story, you know, were always out on the run, chasing the dream. So, you know, I really couldn't care less about somebody, you know, coming up to me saying, oh, you're lame for not doing this or whatever. It's like, dude, if only you knew. If only you knew. And then when I do tell stories, I open up a little bit. I'm called, you know, a goddamn liar. Which is fine, I guess. You know, people don't get it. It's fine. Okay. But it's like, get out of my face. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't care, but also it's like, really? 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 So, I don't know. It's funny. Maybe it's the age. I don't know. Turning 25, being 24. Cross country. Wow. This guy's really gonna stay up there, huh? That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt him more. Come on, get to level 3. Can't do this. Did it. Okay, cool. Cool. Just going hyper mode recovers my stuff. Cool. Good to know, now that I'm dead. Is it gonna hit him? No. Yeah, there's a lot of questions out there, and a lot of answers that I'm not willing to freely give. But that's all I'm gonna say about that's all I have to say about that. So, hope you guys enjoyed. It feels good to finally let some of that out, you know, being honest. That's all I have to say. Alright. So if, you know, so if there's anybody that feels like you're not sure if you made the right decision with staying in the band, leaving the band, you know, I've seen people that have had to leave their bands due to real reasons, like, you know, being diagnosed with cancer, leukemia, and it's like, well, I don't have a choice. And it's like stuff from that ranging to, you know, everybody coming to a consensus that there's no reason to continue. Believe them that they tried everything they could to continue, and it just wasn't in the cards. You know, that's life. I don't know. That's the moral of the story. And like I was just saying, you know, it feels good to, for me personally, to let some of those ideas out, but you also have to listen, and maybe then you'll learn a little something about yourself. So, see you guys in the next one. Corvette updates coming soon, hopefully. Just real quick, little things that the car needs. I think I mentioned it before: weather stripping, gears in the headlight, needs a new fog light. Interior wise, I think the e-brake might need a little work. The latch for the hatch isn't working, so I might need to pry that open. I kind of didn't want to bring a crowbar and force it open, the last time I saw it, but you know that's not really respectful when the card isn't paid off yet. But we'll see. We'll see. If anyone has any questions, any video ideas, let me know. See you guys soon. Take it easy. Deuces.